Welcome back to SABC's Masked Singer. I'm your host, Charlie. On Monday, we saw 9 performances from our Masked alumni, and you, our audience, voted on to who was your favorite and gave us some guesses as to who you think is behind the mask. On tonight's episode, we are going to be showing who was the top and who is the bottom. And the bottom 3 are going to be going home after we guess who we think is behind the mask, watch their hint videos, and finally reveal who is behind the mask. So you don't want to miss out. So as we've been doing Mondays and Fridays for our episodes, that means next Monday we're going to have the top 6 singing and performing, and then next Friday we'll have the bottom 3 also being sent home after they are revealed. But what about the top 3? Well, they will be going on, except for it won't be on the next Monday. That's right. We will be having our finale of the top 3 during the SABC's live telethon on Saturday, February 27th. A little more about our telethon is that we are going to be having a silent auction, which we have some great pieces donated by alumni and people who love the camp and have sent their kids here, their grandkids here, and we have segments which we will have activities that you can take part in at home, or you can just watch and have a little bit of enjoyment. I think there's going to be a polar dip happening if we reach 75,000, and And as we continue going up, there will be more and more markers that you won't want to miss out on. Now let's welcome back our judges, Amber, Steph, and Jordan. Thank you for coming back, and I'm excited to hear your answers to these next questions. It says, who was your favorite after having just about a week to think about it?
I have to say I have a top 3 performances. It would be John G, because I love that song. It brings back really good memories of my kids singing and everything. Barry stepped it up the best. That was the best, didn't see it getting better, hoping it would, and then did. And Charlie has to be one of my favorite because that is 100% Charlie. Watched it with my mom and she was like, is that actually Charlie in the mask?
Maybe it is.
So Charlie, and I was like, I don't think so, because her hands don't match because she had all these rings on and stuff. I was like, yeah, it's a little more bling than Charlie wears. But could be, and so those are my top 3. Couldn't pick one.
I think for me, Steph had top 3. I had a top 2. I know in the first video I talked a lot about Lori and how I felt like they showed the biggest range of what they could do from campfire songs now to chapel songs, like doing actions, getting us in it, and then playing piano. I felt like that was the biggest change, most variety. So I'm gonna stick with that. And I just love Barry's as well. It was awesome. I loved the guitar, the music in it. It was just fun, and I definitely wanted to sing along.
My favorite this week was John Gartley, because the person can sing really well, and the actions were really fun, and I think they're, I was gonna say they're definitely a camp person. They're all camp people. But that's just a lot of skill to sing that well and to do all of the dancing.
If you had to pick one, which one was not your favorite?
I'll go first. I think my bottom for this week, and this is what I thought. I think Justin was my bottom performance. I don't know. I think I just enjoyed the rest of them a little bit more. There was more actions on some and a little bit fun. And I think I was expecting just a little bit more from Justin with the first one. I really liked the fountain, seeing them do that from their campfire song. I think I expected actions just to go along, and that was probably the biggest reason why I had them at the bottom.
My bottom person was Steven. It was the exact same performance. He could have literally just taken the first week song, put it on the second week video, and there was no change, no ups, no downs. There wasn't same nail polish. Everything was exactly the same. It was the same performance. So they were one of my least favorite.
Yeah, I'm with Steph. So my bottom would be Steven as well. The person singing is an amazing singer, but same thing. It was the exact same. She didn't change it up or anything like that. So that's why that would be on my lower end.
And now we're gonna add a new question to it, judges. Who do you think is in the top 3 of this week's voting?
So my top 3 would be, my guessing top 3 would be John, because it was excellent, and Barry and Lori, because Lori can really sing. So I think, yeah, I would say Lori.
For me, I think it was John G, because it was just super fun, and they're a really good singer, and it's just, when I think of camp chapel songs, I think of super fun, and that's what that was. Also Lori, just because they did change it up so much, and we do that from week to week at camp. Or day to day even, we go from silly to nice and calm, and yeah, and just another beautiful singer, and Abby, like that just a beautiful voice. Kind of the same thing, but even the song was a little bit different, and yeah, and it was just really beautiful.
All right, I think my top 3 from the voters, I think John Gartley's probably up there. The first week was a landslide, and it's John Gartley, so I just think he's gonna get votes for being John Gartley. I think also up in the top 3 will be Tanya. We haven't really talked about her much, but I really enjoyed this little light of mine, and I think people are just, it's fun. It was really good, and I think people are going to vote for that. And I think rounding out the top 3, I think Barry might have snuck up there. I think from what I've heard and seen, I think lots of people really enjoyed that performance. So, yeah.
All right. I'm picking up what you're laying down, but now let's find out what the voters had to say about it. So once again, you have envelopes, and I'm gonna have Steph start with her envelope. Steph, let's find out who the top 3 Masked Singer performances from last week were.
3 names are Justin, Barry, and John G.
Surprise! I feel like I was not expecting that turnout this week.
Hey!
Wow.
Nice.
Congratulations. Ooh, Justin pulled a fast one there.
Yeah,
Didn't see that coming.
Amber, why don't you read us your envelope, please?
Tanya and Lori.
So in Jordan's envelope is the last name of the last person, continuing on in our top 6. All right, drum roll. Read it, Jordan, read the name.
The last name that is moving on is Jody.
Woo! Snuck in for this week and continuing on to the top 6. Congratulations to all of our top 6, and we will see you on Monday with your performance. I wonder what song category it will be. Judges, our top 6 are moving on to Monday. However, that means there are 3 that are going home. Which 3 contestants are not continuing on? Who are they?
Abby.
Abby and Charlie.
And Steven.
And Steven.
Steven, Abby, Charlie, but not me, just my mask face, are going home, which is sad, really sad. Judges, what are your thoughts on these 3 going home?
I won't lie, I'm actually surprised Abby's going home. Like, I thought they were the best singer overall, but you know what? They were missing some of the actions. There's a little bit in the first one from what I remember, but
And it hasn't changed very much.
it's true, I guess. Like I said at the beginning, got mixed together, camp, action, singing, super sad.
Not really surprised that Steven's going home, but
Yeah.
Kind of sad Charlie is though, because I really liked hers. She was definitely like the closest to being the character that she is, matching her face. So I thought that was pretty great.
Gonna miss the show tunes and the sparkly.
Top.
I had that song stuck in my head all night when we watched it on Friday, so sorry. Woo.
Me too. I still get that song stuck in my head.
Oh, now we have to guess these.
Before we actually watch the hint videos this week, I am going to ask the judges as to who they think is behind the mask ahead of time and after the hint video. Just because Jordan said last week he didn't know who some of them were before the hint videos, and that the hint videos were what gave him his final answer and correct guesses. So we're going to throw a little loop in this time. So judges, who do you think is behind the mask before we watch the hint videos?
And I
Two
don't
of
know.
those I don't know.
I know, me neither.
Don't ask me. I just got here.
Who do we think is behind the face of Steven before watching the highlight video?
I would say Amy. Like, she sang a lot during Camp For You, and this voice sounds really familiar. And with her living at camp, she sang a lot. So
Yeah.
that would be my guess.
That's my guess too. I said it before him. That's my guess as well, because we heard her all summer. So as soon as she did that first note, I was like, I know who that is.
Yeah, and I think I saw a lot of people at home guess Amy as well. So, I mean, I'm perfect so far, 4 for 4. So I'm not gonna mess this up. So we're going with Amy for Steven.
Name is the name of a fruit. Hint number 2. My first summer working at SABC was in 2016 and I was a cabin leader. One of the summers that I worked at SABC, I taught the skill windsurfing. I have lived at SABC for a total of 9 months, but not only through the summer months.
Does that add any different guesses, or does it confirm your thoughts?
I'd start with Amy. I haven't been here long enough to know many other people, and her voice does sound really familiar, and the facts aren't going to help me much anyways, but I know she did live here for quite a bit during the summer last year with the cohort, so.
Yeah, 9-month hint did it for me as well. And 2016, you know what? It all lines up.
Yeah, that hint video definitely confirms that it was Amy for me. We saw her all throughout the summer here, and then during the Flex program in the fall this year, she was over at the fort.
All right, who are your guesses for Abby?
No idea.
No idea. No, nobody knows.
I'm drawing a blank too. I'm trying to even come up with a name.
Honestly, when she first started singing, I thought it was Tiana Gartley. It's been quite a few summers since she's been here at camp. But for some reason, the first time she started singing, that's who I thought it was. So, and she plays the piano beautifully, so.
Well, here's a name that's gonna come to my mind right now. Maybe it's Christy. Christy Martin. She played the piano at the fort a lot, and a little bit here. I've just seen her play the piano, so it makes sense that she'd do the piano and she can sing. So, I'm just gonna throw Christy Martin out there because that's the name that just popped in my mind.
I know it's not John, so I guess that's as good as I got.
My fort name is an animal whose name starts with the same 2 letters and has a long neck. I have worked in the kitchen on Mainside as one of the assistant cooks. At SABC, I have helped construct the shower houses. I've worked in the kitchen, and I've helped lead worship at the chapels, at the fort, and staff chapels on Mainside.
No idea.
Yes!
All right, Steph, we'll start with your guess. Who do you think could be behind the face of Abby?
Well, I don't know a lot of people, but Megan was Grant would kind of be my guess. It sounds like her voice, and that's all I got.
Amber, who do you think could be Abby after those hints?
feel really bad, but I have no idea. As soon as she unveils her face, I'm gonna know I'm gonna be like, oh yeah. Or when Jordan says it, because he knows who it is, but.
Do I?
I don't know.
I have a good guess.
You seem pretty confident. Double letters? Was in the
Front and the back and a long neck. Little giraffe doesn't spell that way. So. What else has a long neck?
And in the kitchen? Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I should know who this is. I don't know. I have no idea.
Is it my turn, Charlie?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jordan. Who do you think it is?
Break it down. These hint videos are helpful. The fort name? From watching like last week and this week, I'm realizing I have not been at the fort a lot because fort names are going over my head, but hopefully you guys at home are doing better with those than I am. The one that made sense to me was the kitchen. And I was thinking back, previous kitchen assistants, and I'm going back 2019 summer. I think it's Christina Jost is my guess, as it just lines up. And then the construction one, I think, sealed it because her and Jeremiah, I think, they do construction for a living. So it just, that's my guess.
But I thought I saw blonde hair.
Yeah, it had blonde hair.
And
I don't know,
Christina has dark brown hair. That's what's confusing me.
I didn't look at hair. I didn't look at hair. That's my guess.
Who do you think's behind the face of Charlie?
I don't know.
So before my time, so.
Me too.
Me three. Here,
But
you go.
I was gonna say, the first one that popped into my head when I saw that the first week was I thought it was Tanya's mom. I don't know what her name is. Diane Lobenstein.
Could
I don't
be.
know. I don't know why. I just
And
thought
you see,
she's kind of fun like that, and
You said that, and then you said mom, and I was like, I don't think it's mom. I think it's actually Tanya's sister. Is the guess that came first thought that came to my mind, but I honestly have no idea.
Let's guess Burl.
oh,
John
can we
Gartley's
see
mom.
Burl do it?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Awesome.
I first came to SABC in the early 80s as a camper, and I attended for a number of years with my friends. We stayed in really old, rough cabins. I have come to SABC as a camper for a number of years. I then worked on support staff. I was there in the same years that John was there as a lifeguard. And then I came back later as a counselor as well, and then have been a longtime supporter.
What was your favorite camp activity?
I loved painting those crazy little ceramic gnomes. So much fun throughout the week, but it was great to have that quiet time in the cool craft cabin, just quietly putting paint on ceramic with my friends and talking about things as a cabin. Memorable camp figures for me were when I was working as support staff. We had two Jeffs, Jeff F and Jeff S.
Judges, any other guesses as to who it could be?
That's way over our time.
Definitely not Burl, but ceramic gnomes does sound like the best craft ever.
I don't even.
I throw my first guess because I'm not sure who it is now. Not Tanya's mom.
You know, I'm gonna hold on to Tanya's sister. I think her name's Heather.
Just kidding.
I'm sticking with Tanya's sister because Tanya mentions how she was here at camp when John was the lifeguard. That's my only connection.
Let's unmask some singers!
And it's me, it's Amy.
Surprise! I'm Christina Jost. I'm married to Jeremiah, also known as Bullfrog, and we have just so enjoyed our time at SABC. Whether it's in the kitchen, outside, in chapels, we've just so enjoyed being able to connect with so many people, so many different ages, so many different walks of life, but being able to connect and really pour into each other the love of Jesus. And I love SABC for that. And we just hope to come back and maybe see you at camp.
Hello, I'm Trisha Lovenstein-Lewandowski. I've had a lot of decades of camp connections. I was a camper through the 80s, and then I came on support staff and I worked in the kitchen for a number of years. Those were the years that John Gartley was lifeguarding, so we got to be friends then. And most recently, our family has started doing family reunions at camp, and we've done those, well, over the last decade, I suppose. And my sister Tanya is program director, so lots of connections. And my mom Diane is also on the board. So we're pretty camp connected, and we're so excited to be celebrating camp this month.
Right!
That was a
As
good
soon as
guess.
I saw her face, I was like, no.
I was gonna say, it's hard. Technicalities, Jordan did say Heather, which is Tanya's sister-in-law, who Tanya also refers to as her sister. So, did you get it right?
Six
it's
and a
all
half.
technical.
Very nice.
Okay.
Judges, what are your thoughts on the reveals?
Do we
I
need to-
can't believe it was Christina.
So I think 2.5 right. I did just say at one point, why did I say a name? I should have just stuck with Tanya's sister.
I would give you it.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, both of those were surprises. I was just guessing.
And now that I see their faces, I can totally hear their voices and see them doing it. I'm like, oh, why didn't I know that? Hey, I got the same family. Do I
Yeah.
get half a point?
That wasn't
A
even
relative
close.
gene point?
That was fun.
Some of them I already knew, but didn't realize I knew them.
I thought I saw blonde hair.
Yeah,
Oh.
she had
I
blonde
swear I
hair.
saw. Maybe she was wearing a wig.
Or it was
Oh,
like
I
sitting
saw.
in there and there was just the light was hitting it just right that it was shiny. I was like, oh, that's blonde hair. And then it's actually tricky girl.
Whoa. Thank you so much to Christina, Amy, Trisha. I want to say again that we are just so pleased to have you with us on The Masked Singer. We have loved listening to your songs and the work that you put into the songs, the hint videos, the reveals. And it has been so much fun to play with you from a distance, even though it maybe was not ideal. I have just enjoyed listening to your beautiful voices and to see how people guess who you are and how tricky it was for them too. And audience, don't forget to come back on Monday as we watch the top 6 perform their songs. The category is gonna be a secret till Monday, but it is gonna be so much fun. So make sure to come back and to tune in at 5 p.m. Catch you later.